Hello and welcome to my channel, My Views and News. Viewers, after the death of Qasim Sulaimani, Iranian head of Al-Quds force, a debate has been going on in the media that what will be the reaction of Iran? How Iran will respond? Will Iran attack America? And if Iran does attack America, what will happen? What is the future peace scenario in the Middle East? Well, first of all, just a few things about the killing of Qasim Soleimani. Qasim Soleimani's killing indicates that Americans are frustrated. He was the head of foreign missions of Iran. I mean, Iranian involvement in Syria, in Lebanon, in Iraq, whatever there was going on, it was being controlled, it was being maneuvered by Qasim Soleimani and his Al-Quds force. So when America hit someone who was dealing with those operations in those countries, it is a clear sign of frustration on the side of Americans, that they were frustrated by the moves of Qasim Soleimani and Iran. It seemed that Qasim Soleimani and Iran, they did not let Americans succeed in their strategic planning of the Middle East, first. Secondly, the way they kill Qasim Soleimani, they kill another leader, Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, along with Qasim Soleimani. Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, he is the head of an Iraqi organization. So he not only alienated Iranians, but he also alienated Iraqis. Now Iraqis are telling American forces to leave Iraq. So it was a very, very foolish move. I mean, strategically, it was a very bad decision. It united Iranians and Iraqis, and it also infuriated popular mobilization forces. These are private militias in Iraq which fought against Daesh, ISIS, and which are supporters of Iran. So their ties with Iran, they will be further strengthened. So I would say that this decision of the killing of Qasim Soleimani, it was a very, very bad decision strategically. Now, coming back to the question that what will be Iran's response to this strike? Well, Iran is not in a position to start a large-scale war with America or with any other country. I mean, their economic conditions are very, very poor. Inflation is very high. Unemployment is very, very high. And we know that protests have been going on there since December. So they are not in a position to start a war. But they will certainly retaliate. And American bases in the region, in Iraq, their presence in Syria, in other countries, UAE, Iranians will definitely target those sites, and they will use some groups, some proxy groups, but they will not go for all-out war against Americans, firstly. Secondly, I think Iranians are pursuing a policy of expelling of Americans from the Middle East, or they want to keep Americans as far away from their boundary as possible, and they have been successful in that. I mean, they have been successful in keeping America away from Iran. See, in Iraq, what happened? Daesh was launched here, ISIS, in 2013, but Iranians fought here alongside private militias like Popular Mobilization Forces, PMF, and then Iraqi army as well, and they defeated ISIS. So in a way, they defeated America there. They are also successful in Syria. In Syria, Bashar al-Assad regime, it is almost close to gaining the control of whole of Syria. So the region, the whole of this region, it is being maneuvered by Iranians. American designs in this region, they are not being successful by dint of Iranian intervention. So I think Iranians will pursue a policy of silent involvement, not direct involvement. They will go for proxy wars. They will certainly back private groups in other countries like Lebanon, Syria, Yemen, Iraq, but they will not go for all-out war against Americans. And if they do go for all-out war against Americans, I think Iranians will suffer, because certainly you cannot compare Iran with America, though they do have some military power, but that's not comparable to Americans. Now, that is why I think they will think wisely and they will not go for large-scale war, but we'll see escalation of tensions, we'll see some targeting of Americans, and Americans will retaliate, I would say, because you know that 2020 is the year of elections, presidential elections in America. And election campaign, it will start right from January, it has started. And during the election campaign, if any casualty as casualties of Americans occur in the Middle East, they will retaliate because they cannot afford to sit silent. They have to fight. They have to contest an election there in the U.S. So they will certainly retaliate. And if this retaliation it goes beyond certain limits, we could see some small war between. Proxy war between Iran and America, but there does not seem to be any possibility of a direct confrontation between Iran and America. So let's see what happens. Thank you for watching.